I clicked the link thinking this was Loop, and as it turned out, it was just that stupid pug video that Jesse posted like 20 minutes ago. I was like, thanks, Jesse. I'm just gonna. There you go. I'm gonna inflict it on others. There you go.
I had never seen that video before. I was crying before the podcast started.
The music's so sad. What is wrong with that dog?
He gets me every time. The final reveal.
I've never been a pug fan. My brother loves pugs, but oh no, they're weird.
Snort. I love dogs that snort.
Oh, you like our Akita then? That's literally all they fucking do.
There's Dodger. There's a woman in my apartment complex who has a dog that may be a 500-pound dog, and it's this ugly pit bull, but not pit bull, bulldog, but it it can barely move, and it's like. And it takes like 5 minutes to get from the walkway up to the apartment, and she has to sit there and wait for the dog to... It is the cutest, most disturbing thing you've ever seen. You're like, oh, that poor dog. Like, it just falls over when it gets to the elevator, just lays there. It's so funny.
I keep thinking about taking my fat cat Sherlock for walks, and Sam was like, you literally, people walk their dogs out here all the time, so when exactly are you planning on walking your cat?
Also, walking cats is weird.
It's weird? Yes. I don't think I've ever seen anyone walk a cat.
If your animal needs exercise, then exercise it, right? I don't think that there's anything weird about that. It's just that people don't walk
everyone in
cats.
the world would be like, are you walking your cat?
I don't care. There was a guy on my campus who used to walk his cat every day, and it was real cute.
I know some people do it.
I had to talk about this real quick because it's a weird thing I saw today. So on the way to the office, I saw like a woman on the side of the road just like jogging, just normal woman, no big deal.
It turned out she was a dog?
No,
she was actually a cat.
No, she's a cat. Oh.
Yeah. I was just driving by and I looked back at her and she was wearing like a Santa hat and a Santa beard and just kept jogging. And I wanted to pull over and go, can you explain why you're jogging in like perfect sunny weather with a Santa hat beard?
Girl, but I don't know what you're on right now, but you gotta stop.
What you do is you ask where she got it and whether you could get some, because that's like some good shit right there.
Here's the crazy thing. If this was December, you wouldn't question that shit. No. You would have been fine with it. I'd be fine. Yeah, this is December. You would have been like, oh, I get that. But because it's May, you're like, that's weird.
Messed up shit.
Yeah, that was the most messed up thing about it. The fact that it was the wrong time of year for jogging.
Maybe she's one of the drunk Cinco de Mayo white people.
Or Nazi Siege Day. You know, she was doing it for Nazi Siege Day.
9 a.m.
Yeah,
Cinco de Mayo.
You clearly were
down.
You gotta
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, it starts early, my friend.
Midnight the previous day.
Yeah, why waste hours in the day that could be spent getting completely wrecked?
And then she was like, oh, but I can't, I've been doing so good with my jogging. I gotta go for a jog, but my head's cold, and my face is cold. I have this. And then
it makes sense now, yeah.
I feel this is actually plausible. Like,
you're drunk enough.
If you're drunk enough, you can go for a run in a Santa hat and beard, no matter what age or
if you're hot enough.
I don't know.
Like, if you're attractive enough, people will just let you get away with it. You know.
Or if you're old enough. There's like a bell curve of old and attractiveness. So if you're attractive, people let you get away with shit, and then it just goes down like. Then when you get old again, it goes back up, and you can do whatever you want. It makes perfect sense.
I agree.
That's what I'm waiting for. Old age.
I know. Same.
I fear for the world for when Jesse Cox becomes an old man because he will.
Bad enough already.
He will take over the planet.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be some endless bullshit. We all know it.
So, getting back to the topic of games, expect derailing on the show. Come on, we did a show like 3 days ago. There's not that much else that we could have done in 3 days. Come on, we usually have a week to actually be interesting for this show. We had like 3 days, so you know. one thing that three of us did play, and that was, of course, Guns of Icarus. We're doing another. Well, we might as well tell people right now. We're doing another brand deal for them, so we're doing another sponsored video. I was on a ship with, I believe, Kraken, Peanut Butter Gamer, and Krendor. It was actually the chillest ship. I have never been on a ship that relaxed.
It's because you didn't have Joe. We had Joe.
I might have told them to give Joe to you and not to me. I'm just saying, Joe is intense. I can't handle that shit anymore.
I'm not saying piloting has something to do with it, but Joe is real chill. Joe is not freaking out on my ship. I'm just saying.
It must be a clash of personalities. When me and Joe get in the same thing, it's all yelling. It doesn't matter. Every video we've ever done together, we just yell at each other constantly. That was fun though. We had a lot of fun with that. It was a bigger battle. It was 3-on-3 this time. We have 16 YouTubers. I believe the Grumps had a ship. That didn't go very well for them. The Markiplier was captaining a ship with a bunch of guys there.
The betrayer.
Indeed.
Markiplier.
Who was on your ship? So you had you Dodger.
It was your crew. It was the loyal crew of Sky Captain, Maximilian Valentine, and Joe. But the story, we made up a story. The story is Markiplier betrayed us, and so we had to turn to our mortal enemy, the Biscuit Empire, and then he sent over one of his crewmates to make sure we weren't up to trouble, which is why Joe was on our ship. And so, the story makes perfect. The story when we
our story was quite similar. We said it was an alliance of convenience because we had a common enemy in the form of the Gamgramps, the Empire of Gamgramps. We decided that they must be destroyed, and our plan was when we had destroyed the Gamgramps, we would turn on you and bring you the King's Justice. So
just like message over to Joe and be like, take him down.
Basically, it was the plot of World's End, Pirates of the Caribbean, right there.
Here's the thing though. When he experienced piracy, Joe started to feel for us, and so then he couldn't do it, and so we sailed away. You'll never catch me. We sail away.
Fly off into the sunset. Yeah.
Best part by far, our ship has empty like beer bottles and things all over the place.
So they're in the game. They a while back they did a contest which was like vote for a ship design, and I literally just bombarded it with like everyone go vote for a Maximilian Valentine ship design. They're like okay. They finally put one in, and it's just rum barrels and beer bottles everywhere on the ship. It's a mess. I was like,
I think we picked the birthday party regalia, which just puts like streamers and flags up everywhere. So we were flying that. It was pretty fun.
It's a legit fun game. If they would eventually come out with their four-player
thing,
story
right?
mode, make that happen already. That would be
the co-op. I think the co-op's going to be great, and obviously we're all biased because they threw a shit ton of money at us. So just bear that in mind. But outside of that, like I think like four-player co-op for that and going through PvE missions, I think would actually be the shit. Like as with your own crew, that would I think be great. And that's what they're doing right now, isn't it? That's their Guns of Icarus adventure mode thingy that they're working on right now. So I like that game.
The concept's great. You're a crew of an airship, and you know it's fantastic. They just need to make that not single player, but adventure mode.
That new gun is annoying as shit. They put a new gun in the game which kind of knocks your ship around. Oh fuck that gun! Like that was worst.
Yeah, tiny ships get wrecked by that. The Spire though was just like, sorry,
it's just too fat. Yeah.
Can't do anything to it. Yeah.
Oh, we had nightmares about fucking Spire. Oh god, don't even get me started.
I'm not saying their dev team was very, very good.
But they added a trinket for me, which reduces the damage you take from ramming someone. So I'm like, prepare for ramming speed every possible time. Just smashing into people. It's great.
There were so many good moments, but unfortunately, the Steel Butterfly is the weakest ship in the game, and so every time we make combat, we're like,
a bit,
no, we don't.
And what ended up happening is we followed you in.
Shoot the shit out of somebody and then be like, we're leaving.
We followed you in, and then because you're the fastest ship, you snuck away, and then we're like in the middle of three of them, like, fuck.
Every time we played, we start off and we'd be really ballsy. And we're like, we got this. We die once, and at that point, it was like, we're never dying again this map. So we'd always just fly in and run every time. There was one time when we died twice on a map, and it was literally like, where is our team at? We look at the map, and everyone's just gone. Like we don't even see you on the map. We're just like dead. What is happening? Oh my god, I love that game. That game's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Fucking help me.
It's just legitimately different. Anyway, the videos I think are supposed to be out in like a week or so. I think that's so.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ!
just
How did I
be
get
prepared
away?
to watch that. It's a big best of 3 with a
Prepare
bunch of.
yourself.
Yeah, it's
You
gonna,
a video.
yeah, there will be a video, and we were paid giant sacks of cash to make it, and it was great. So there you go.
The sexiest.
Yes, I was.
So sexy.
So I played a bit of the new Wolfenstein that came out today.
Oh yeah.
Is it good?
I like that.
So far, so good. It starts off a bit slow. It's kind of the same as the first one started off a bit slow as well. Because actually, no, it didn't. Come to think of it,
You start off in a plane and
I was going to say the plane sequence was amazing. I was thinking of the demo they showed me at PAX where they don't start you in the plane and they start you with the wall climbing sequence, which is a bunch of shit. But this one, you're driving up to Castle Wolfenstein, literally, and you're on a mission, and it's set in 1946. And I'm about an hour in so far, and I mean, so far it's good. It's so far so good. It's got great gunplay as it always has. They've added some new stuff in. They put in a pipe which lets you climb, which is a bit weird. Like through some weird story part, you get like a piece of pipe and like a hook, and you use it to climb walls. But you can also beat the shit out of people. So that's a bit interesting. And it's got the good old dual wielding in it. It's got a bunch of new enemies. The voice acting's just as good as it was before. The writing is spot on. So far, still hilarious. Like the writing in the first one was great. This is still great.
That's your fucking spaceman. Best line in any video game.
In the first 10 minutes, there's a line where he's trying to get through security, through German security, and is really bad at speaking German. And one of the guys is like, you're from Frankfurt. He's like, yeah, Frankfurter, das hot dog. And then just like 5 seconds of silence, then everyone starts laughing. It's like, it's like the American's hot dog. And like, this is great. I also found 2 Easter eggs so far that all reference the old game, Return to Castle Wolfenstein. There's like a letter that's talking about the defiled church, which was a level in Return to Castle Wolfenstein. So it actually ties in really nicely with some of the old games. So it's a $20 standalone game. Apparently it takes about 9 hours to beat. It also has a challenge mode though, so there's a reason to go back. Like so far it seems good, but I want to play a bit more of it before before I actually judge it. But so far it seems to be really good. I mean, I love Wolfenstein was great. It was my game of the year last year. So good.
Speaking of Bethesda, is there any truth to the rumor? I haven't been internet surfing in a few days, but it's been blowing up in my email box. Is there any truth to this rumor that Bethesda at E3 is booking space for an RPG? Like they're on the list of RPGs?
Well, they're doing a press conference for the first time ever at E3.
Yeah.
I mean that's almost a guaranteed announcement of Fallout 4, right? I mean, it can't be anything else.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say no to that.
Isn't Square also doing a press event as well that I saw?
Yeah. Square. I'm so far I'm going Bethesda, Square, Ubisoft, and an EA conference. It looks like, which all of them I think is hilarious because at one point in time I've shit on all of them. They're like, please come join us. Like, all right, fuck it, I'm in. So I can't wait to see what happens. But yeah, man, if I can go to Bethesda and get a Fallout and a Dishonored, I'm good. I'll be good. I'll be set for next year. I'm looking forward to all that. So.
I would be very happy to see a new Dishonored. That's definitely. I mean, that was a fantastic piece of fiction. That was so good to watch because I loved Arcane for Dark Messiah of Might and Magic, which I think is a completely underrated game, and it's mostly their fault because it fucking. It was buggy as shit on launch. Like there were bosses which you couldn't get past because they were bugged out. They eventually fixed it, and I thought Dark Messiah was a really fun game. Like you could set down an ice on the floor as a spell, and then kick someone, and then slide along the ice, and then impale themselves on a spike. It was so much fun, and all the voice acting was so fucking bad from the enemies that it was really fun just to kill them because they'd start to get panicked when you start to stab them. They tried to run away. I'm like, no, please, and then you kick them into a pit. It was brilliant. I loved it. But Dishonored was awesome, and I'm really, really happy to see Arcane making good shit again.
Man, Dishonored is one of those games that made you want the sequel more than the actual original game because it was like, if you took the time to read the books, if you played the DLC, it was like
that's great DLC.
What you saw is
really good,
way better than what you actually got. like you're like, I can't wait to go see everything else because it looks awesome. And they were like, "Do you have a faithful?" And they really set it up. So I hope we get that. That's one of those things like I want that now. Like that.
Well, it did well, didn't it? Like, it sold well. It was a really good original IP launch. It was critically acclaimed. People really liked it. So, I mean, I'd love to see a new Dark Messiah, but I don't think that's ever going to fucking happen. But, Dishonored 2, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. I don't know. If we get a Fallout game, that should be interesting. I'm trying to think what other Bethesda IP. I mean,
well, never mind, they're also publishing. Like, they published Wolfenstein. So I hope that maybe we get a new announcement for another Wolfenstein game. I'd be happy with that. I just love the fact that Wolfenstein came out, sold millions of copies, and was a single-player only shooter, and people fucking loved it. Because it's very rare to see that.
I'm not. I don't want to be spoiled, but I'm curious what the ending of the standalone is because I'm trying to figure out like how they continue. This is
well, I mean, it's set. All of it is set in 1946. So
right, but like I'm trying to figure out the way that they can set it up so the end of New Order sort of like they can continue on because the ending is very final, and I'm trying to figure out how they continue on with the story.
Maybe they do an alternate timeline. Like they probably just get away with it by saying, "Here's an alternate timeline where this didn't actually happen." You know? Yeah, that's probably the way they did it. Because I mean, they already did the alternate timeline with the New Order, where there's that bit where depending on what you choose, you get a. I wouldn't say a completely different game, but you do get a different.
Oh, I forgot about Doom.
Oh yeah, Doom 4, of course. We've not seen anything about that.
Doom. Hell yeah. I'm in.
She's Chen Smokestop.
I don't even know what it is. Yeah.
You don't know who that is.
I mean, I was one of the people that loved Doom 3. I thought Doom 3 was genuinely good. It was, like, actually scary. It looked great. The combat was fun. The expansion was fun.
Yes! Thank God I made someone... Everyone I talked to, Doom 3 sucked. And I'm like...
No, it didn't.
It didn't!
It just wasn't Doom 2, which was, like, one of the best games of all time, you know?
Yeah.
It's not fair to do the comparison. I mean, you can't make that game again. I thought Doom 3 was pretty awesome. Aside from the annoying fact that you had to, like, get a mod to duct tape a fucking flashlight to the gun, otherwise you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, that did suck. And it wasn't very straightforward either. It was like, you may or may not find that.
Yeah.
It's like, go for it.
Well, in the BFG edition, they literally just put a flashlight on every gun, because they're like, this game is too dark, we understand.
Yeah. Played on the original Xbox. I think it was like... Was it original Xbox? I think it was original Xbox.
It was, yeah. They put it on the original Xbox. I think it had like a split screen co-op as well on the original Xbox.
I think so, yeah.
I just realized how close E3 was. Like, that's coming up soon.
It is, yeah. I will be there. At least that's the plan. Is it 5 weeks? Fuck me.
Yeah, about 5 weeks.
Interesting. All right. Well, I mean, I'm going to be there, hopefully. So it'll be interesting. We'll see what we can find. I'm intrigued to see what they come up with. I hope Doom 4 is playable there. I'm definitely up for that.
Oh, that'd be great. Though knowing E3, it's gonna be like you can watch the video 12 times if you like, or come sit in a room while someone else plays it for you. Like, oh my god.
We've set a rule like with all because we're getting all the PR emails now. It's like come see our thing, and basically our default responses: 1, can we have direct feed, or 2, can we get B-reel so I can talk over it in the hotel room later? And if their answer is no, we're like, thanks, but no thanks. So we're not going crazy this time.
Yeah, 90% of it is like, come to our really fancy room, we'll give you food and drink, you can watch a video of someone playing it, and then goodbye. It's like, that tells me nothing!
No. we're like, if we can't have hands-on, we're not interested. It's that simple. And because there's plenty of games that will give us hands-on, so the ones that like know we're too important to give you hands-on, it's like, well, we're not giving you our time then. It's that simple.
Ubisoft was pretty good about it for Far Cry 4 last year. They had like a whole off-site area next to a hotel, or like at a hotel, where like they had the whole top floor. They were doing a Twitch stream there, and they had just capture stations for games journalists and other media press to come and play.
Some companies are wising up.
Yeah. The problem, though, and I think Ubisoft, like, they had such a good idea and they shot themselves in the foot, is any footage you captured, they had to edit approve the footage, and then edit it all down. So I had a moment that was amazing. It was an amazing moment, and they cut all of it out because there was a bug, like a dude went through a wall. I was like, nobody cares! Nobody but you cares about that. It's so infuriating.
Yeah, they almost get it. They almost get it, but they still want too much control most of the time. which is why they invited me to all of these events, and I'm just like, I'm not going, because I know how you operate, and frankly, I'm not going to have you edit my fucking footage. Like, that's not going to happen. I'm better off just waiting for it to come out so I can show people everything I want to show them. Because I imagine if I went to an event and did that with Far Cry 3, we'd have never got the great alligator moment where I was talking about recoil mechanics, and suddenly this fucking alligator grabs my foot and drags me in. I'm like, holy fuck, shit! And they're just like beating this alligator. Like, that was like the best moment of the video. I bet they would have cut that out because of the swearing or whatever. You know, it's sad. But they're getting there. They are getting there. They sort of understand that. Look, it's the best way to build hype for your game. Get a YouTuber to play it and have some fun with it.
Yeah, that is something that I've noticed a lot lately. Like, you know, Dodger can speak on this too, but for The Witcher, they were like, we'll provide you with everything you need. We'll have recording stuff here. We'll have everything. Just don't worry about it. We got it. And more and more events I go to now, I'm like, so can I capture anything? Like, oh no, yeah, we'll have everything set up. Don't worry about it. We'll give you a drive when you leave. I'm like, oh. All right, I'm in then. Okay. Like, okay, if I can bring something home and show for it, great.
It was like a few years ago we started doing that and we started introducing indies to the concept. What we did was we brought a portable hard drive to an event and we put a copy of Fraps on it, and we basically just plugged it in because you can install Fraps in as many fucking computers as you like. So we just install Fraps and then it's like, well, capture it this way. And Indies like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. It's like, yeah.
Ready for adventure!
To their game, and it works really well. And it's getting to the point where some of these larger companies are saying, yeah, okay, we're good with you capturing now. Alright, let's take a short break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the games we've been playing this week, and then maybe bullshit about E3, and then, of course, we'll get on to news, of which there is actually some. Rockstar being a bunch of bastards. They're being a sack of twats. So, we'll see what they're up to after the break. In the meantime, though, it's what you've all been waiting for. We're about to advertise to you. Our sponsor this week is, of course, our wonderful friend Squarespace, which means we have a brand new Squarespace ad for you, which everyone gets super excited about for some reason. Do check out squarespace.com/cooptional. They support the podcast with giant sacks of cash. So I strongly recommend that you check them out because they're giving me a lot of money. So do that. And here is our wonderful sacks of cash. Just loads of dosh. Grab it while you can. Alright, new ad for you, then a little bit of music, then we're coming back with we'll talk about video games. Watch the podcast. Buy this. Stripping, you seem a little down.
Oh, it's nothing really. I just feel like I'm living in Dodger's shadow.
Well, why's that?
She's got this monopoly on the anime dating sim market. It's obviously a subject I'm really passionate about, and I just can't break in. It's left me unfulfilled, potentially homicidal.
Wait, what?
Very idle. It's left me very idle. Not getting anything done at all. I need to strike out my own and, make my mark in this lucrative industry.
Well, it seems to me like you need some brand promotion. Have you considered a website on Squarespace?
Kidnapping my competition, you say?
Sorry, I'm not.
My website's perfect. Web design as well.
Well, fortunately, you don't have to. Squarespace doesn't require any experience at all. All you need are a few good ideas, and Squarespace will do the rest with a simple yet powerful interface. Why not sign up at squarespace.com/cooptional and get 10% on your first order?
Oh, it's actually perfect. All I need to do now is stuff her in a box and ship her off to a remote island with no chance of rescue.
What?
Actually, I don't have an excuse for that one.
Hey guys, what's going on in here?
Nothing, dear. Love you.
Squarespace. Create your own website and promote yourself in a sane, legal, and not at all psychopathic fashion. Squarespace helps you create a professional-looking website with no design or coding experience required. Get 10% off your first order and support the Co-optional podcast at squarespace.com/cooptional. Dating sims, Dark Souls, or role-playing a catboy on the internet. Anything is possible with Squarespace. Just, please, use your newfound powers for good.
Hey, honey, come see this ravenous bear.
What?
Luxurious hair. My hair's gorgeous. Moroccan oil.
Those guys have issues. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the co-optional.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Oh, it's a good show.
I never tried that before. Sounds fun. I have been itching to get out there.
I'm acting but not acting accent. It's not how he when he's around us. It's not how he sounds. But it sounds like he's very laid back. But very good acting. He's very laid back. Like
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
good. It's good. And then she explained that's how he sounds in real life. And the voice he puts up, he's like
5, 4,
No.
3, 2, 1. Let the battle
What I
begin.
was saying was that the accent that he has in that ad sounds more like his accent when he's been around his family a lot, like the accent that he grew up with. But he doesn't have that accent as much anymore, unless he's been around his family a lot.
I love exploring.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's got a good acting voice. Like the delivery maybe wasn't quite there, but some of those lines were like, "Yeah, I'm almost convinced he was actually trying to kill you." You know?
Oh, I think he might actually want to murder his wife.
right?
How long do you take it when you're already feeling that way? That's
It's a love thing.
Hey, a flower!
We're going to try and fix that with the new
Okie dokie.
in New York. And the way they do that is so
Choose a power.
A flower!
Hey, JJ! You're so cute.
Hi, JJ. Hi. Oh. It looks like they're trying to make a running story.
Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
What kind of a jerk hits a little girl?
So you got it. But the thing is, New York. You have different boroughs in New York, and they're full of buildings.
This is gonna be great.
And you can roll the dice to destroy buildings, as you might imagine. Like, every time you destroy a building, it gives you a reward. Like, kill a power plant, it gives you energy. You kill a hospital, you get free health because you use everybody inside. All sorts of innocent children.
They're all sickly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's probably the best. They're not lonely, they're not lonely. So you know. But when you the military, and there's one side of the dice where all the military so cards to play with, and once you get into Manhattan, you start to get more Manhattan to the Manhattan. And the longer you stay in Manhattan, the more bonus points. And yeah, I love it. I think it's. I probably would not play King of Tokyo again because I think New York is better. Flat out better.
Talent?
I love exploring.
That seems generous.
I don't know if you guys talked about this, sure you did, but have you guys played Final Fantasy Record Keeper?
Yes.
It's rather violent.
Very impressive.
I don't know if you guys talked about
Who shall carry my fate?
Yeah, it still have that self-awareness, like, that game. Like, you think they maybe do an entire battle? Maybe not one of them.
What's that over there? Everything comes back to wrestling, so I'm on their way. Yeah, I like Record Keeper. What kind of a jerk hits a little
iOS
girl?
games is there's, especially the display ones, there's a big incentive to do big updates to keep you interested because you're wanting to come back. Record Keeper's been updated like crazy as well. So is that WWE Mortal game, so there's Randy Savage in the game, and he's like wearing like a king's outfit and everything, so like, yeah, it's shit. But they do think so
Sounds fun.
A testament to my...
But outside of that, like, buy weapons
You're injured. Head to a healing fountain.
I like to see
The curse falls upon you, heroes.
I'm actually excited because when Nintendo the whole like, oh, we're buying DNA, I was like, okay, I don't really care. But DNA developed this game and actually I'm now going to
DNA makes all that stuff on mobile. Absolutely. But some of the stuff comes I think like Chilling Go and a lot of what they put out is really
Choose a talent.
every now and again I come across a mobile game.
Enough! The curse is over. Monster.
No time here, friend.
The thing is, I don't play on the mobile games, so I'll do like my But if you just want to play like a bit of casual Peggle on the go, what else have we been playing?
in games, another funny thing with those puzzles, it's good for your brain to figure that shit. Like, it's not difficult. The puzzles are, I don't know.
A testament to my
There's a lot of unjustified errors. 90% of it, I just stumble upon the answers. I'm like, how was I ever supposed to figure this out?
double kill. Choose a tower.
Hey, you okay down there?
Killing spree.
That over there. Hi there.
I believe some trouble is in order.
Sure.
They were really, I mean, even I was I celebrate Nazi.
That's right. I'm a fluid.
Double kill.
Someone's
Triple kill.
Many thanks, sweetie.
the little guy will vacuum it up and then go take the thing and when he drops the cereal down the chute, I throw the thing out the chute with it, right? That makes sense. No, that's not the answer. So then you have to like go into
Don't
the
give
chute,
up. We
and then
must
you
prevail.
off the hand while it's down, go shake it yourself. The cereal falls to the ground, the little guy comes and vacuums it up, then he runs over, and then you follow him. And then
What kind of a jerk hits a little girl?
move it, mouse it over, drop this off the ship. It shuts down. It's like, oh, too slow. Like, what? So I go back, do the whole thing over again. It's a teleport. The teleporter can go.
What's that over there?
Like, too slow. Sorry, too slow. Too slow. So then you have to put obstacles in the way of this guy. Take the teleporter back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. Drop, shake the thing with your own damn hand. The guy comes and sweeps it all up. You have to go back to the teleporter while you hold over the obstacles. And if you take the wrong order, you finally get back to where he drops it off, and he goes up. And then he goes up. 20 minutes.
I so enjoy watching you scurry.
I'm surprised about this because one,
This is
when I
gonna be
backed
great.
this game, it wasn't
Your
because
form
I
has been
liked
destroyed.
point clicks. I don't, but I would be if they tried to make a classic. The thing is, I don't think we did make it. But part two, it seems to kind of
What's that over there?
ship and some monster thing.
Ooh, what's that over there?
And they
Who can gather this
I love exploring. This bag's myself. Right, I'm a fool.
Yeah, I didn't really like it.
I am too much for you, it seems.
Great story. Huge jump in quantum logic, like where it's
My favor is yours. Your enemies shall fall.
that's what you get for burning all your money on the first one, having to release it.
This
to make
fort
more
must
money.
be destroyed.
Because anything that Double Fine can't fucking do is handle money. You should never, like, tip shape should not be trusted with cash. Keep on the creative side of it.
Destroy. Keep eliminating. And so the curse ends. Its value.
And if you know that about yourself, then you need to get more involved with help keep you on track. That's where you're going. Because otherwise, you wind up in a situation where you're like, I don't know what happened.
Same with Space DF9, where they literally released an unfinished game and said, fuck it, we can't finish it, we ran out of money, you deal with it. Which, I think that they didn't get hammered anywhere near as much as they should have. Should have been crucified.
Shit got a lot of money. Like a large sum of money. And how do you
$3 million the after 46 days. We probably would have got the game we actually asked for on time. Like, you know what I envisioned from a classic point of view? It was like really lovely pixel art and the dark style and everything.
This is gonna be great.
It's like, this way you can do that. And then it's like, oh, well, we got voice acting. It's like, well, there's where your money went. I guess.
Oh, yeah, it went.
Focus on attack.
Art sounds nice, but that's
I love exploring.
We should attack here.
like the amount of effort that goes into it, like, it's not that high compared to other genres.
Effort should go into
Believe that key is yours.
What's that over there?
If they like take this game that they've planned out and created a treatment for and outlined and are like, oh, we got a bunch more money, we need to make it bigger and larger, it's gonna get fucked up, guys. This is what happens to every
Stretch goals are actually a real problem for a lot of people. For video games, Like, yeah, we're gonna have this, we're gonna have this.
Gross. You're drooling.
It's realistic. Like, we're gonna put this out.
Sounds fun.
I just kickstarted because I thought that was a great idea. Playing all the died in a defense game. Sounds perfect. That sounds great. And they've had some really
Double kill.
and new boss.
Destroy this force.
Raven Lord demands tribute.
That's one thing that, like, you know, I've definitely done it too.
I love exploring.
I kickstarted and I love it so far. And they're always updating you, right? They're always telling you, oh, update 35.
These mercenaries could be of use to us.
No, but where's there a like, is there a limit where, you know,
I suggest we take this mercenary camp.
like, and that to me is a bigger problem where it's like, look, is it underdeveloped? That's kind of why people are like in that they want to see that they feel like it's hard, right? But that's the problem, though. I feel like
Who shall gather this one?
Everyone's like, what did you do with all that money I gave you that we got this instead? I feel like it wouldn't be such a culture of like, show us everything if the majority of Kickstarters
That's what they were gonna do.
what they
Yeah.
promised.
Someone was commenting in the chat that apparently FTL didn't really do stretch goals, and they made more than they asked for. And then some people gave them flack for releasing the game in the state that they said they were releasing it. Which is weird because FTL is
A
a great
good
game.
kill.
I mean, obviously it's a lot better
Well
now after
done.
they did that big content
Your
thing.
enemies shall be weakened. Let them fall before you.
But I'm kind of glad that they didn't go
If you have a bunch of money left over, you're able to make the game that you wanted to make, game
Well
does well,
done,
that
heroes.
extra money goes